Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. Trying our best to get a game of Classic fixed, but it will require everyone readying up, which we got. Got everyone readying up. Okay, so I'm in the last seat playing as Orange, and we have a bunch of material in a bunch of places. So how do I group? The real question: how do I group this through here? Will I be allowed to do that? Or will this be the play? Will the North America position, which I love, yeah, that seems like the better way to do about it, right? So, we are playing Classic Fixed World Domination with a 90-second turn timer, a neutral bot, balance bits dice, and alliances are on. No fog, no bliss, no portals. I'm in the final seat playing as Orange. We're live on Twitch with our friends. We had an excellent stream so far, and I hope to keep the vibe going just a little while longer for y'all. And we shall see. It looks like Green does that classic Australia Open. We're also chatting about fairly deep philosophical and economic concepts, which I always love the most. We can change the topic of conversation. I actually want to share something with the with you fine denizens of Twitch, completely unrelated to Risk, that I learned the other day and I never knew. So I've always been interested in comparative religion and historical religion, and when I learned the sort of the history of the Old Testament, right, Jewish history, when I was a kid, like in Hebrew school, I learned that, well, we didn't speak his name, right, Yahweh, but I learned that the Hebrew God, right, the God that Christians would refer to as God, was once a member of a Canaanite pantheon of gods, known as Yahweh. You think the music's too loud? I can fix that for you. Now, the interesting factoid is when we are taught the story in Hebrew school when I was a kid, we were taught that, like, there is one God and you shall worship no other gods over me, and there always was one God. But as it turns out, there is some fairly good historical attestation to suggest that Yahweh, who was originally a storm god and a warrior god of the Canaanite pantheon, right, was just one of many gods, like so many other religions at the time. The polytheistic religions of that region. The thing I didn't learn, and I guess the thing I'd never really investigated earnestly, was at what point did the religion of the Israelites, the religion of the Jews, become a monotheistic religion? And this gentleman really went through a very interesting story, kind of painting that picture. I suppose we should be nice to Yellow if we're going to have to coexist with him. And it was he pointed the moment to essentially the Babylonian exile. And if you guys know about your Bronze Age history of the region, basically what happened was there was a kingdom of Israel and a kingdom of Judah, and these were the kingdom of the Jewish people. And the author of this YouTube video suggests that at this point in time, those kingdoms were still polytheistic, and then only later was Yahweh kind of retconned as I understand. I want you to have it. I want you to have it. Was he kind of retconned as the one and only God? You think it's better to go for EU? Yeah, but then how would I have used my 6? Yeah, and then as I said, the kingdom of Israel was conquered by the Babylonians, and it was at that point in time that the trend towards worshiping one god as opposed to many kind of reached that like snowball potential when it was like no longer something able to be maintained as the whole pantheon. Also, he speaks about how there was another the Zeus of the Canaanite pantheon was called El, or Elohim, and that is still a title that, well, it's an honorific, right? But the merging of El with Yahweh, Yahweh was kind of like a warrior reveling in battle and destruction, whereas El was thought of as more of a wise ruler. So, which is why you can see situations in the Bible where you have like, that fire and brimstone warrior god juxtaposed against a learned and wise ruler, basically in the same place. So, yeah, I used to think that too, Mars, that the cult of Aten in Egypt might have been according to history, this is the first monotheistic religion that existed, but the Egyptian pantheon was reformed after Akhenaten. Have you listened to Joe Rogan with Wes Huff? I've not. I'm not, the thing is, I'm not particularly interested in religion. I'm interested in history. So blue moves into North America. Okay, that's fine. I guess blue. I guess we found the guy I'm suiciding into. Yeah, and green just takes an available. Nice. Well, that wasn't a good decision for blue. Let's give him a chance. Wise Gamora says, most empires, powerful empires, I think become something else like the Romans weren't beat. They became Christianity, or the English Empire became banks. Most religion from an empire more than likely choose one god to focus their influence. Okay. Have I seen Apocalypse? No. What are those? You saw the blue move to NA Kamatu Muzu? That's fine. He'll die. And then we'll start a new game. He can, I'm totally fine with that. What exactly brought people to switch their beliefs on the number of gods? So as Yahweh was being elevated, oh fuck, I can't do both right now. Yeah, just do it, man. That's fine. I'll start another game. Why do you think religions have similar flood myths? There's the Graham Hancock theory about how the diluvian sort of events that occur. Blue fucking quits out. The diluvian events after the end of the last ice age, right? That might be one of the easier sort of explanations for why. I love this. I love this for you, Blue. Smell you later. You know how many people put up with that shit on Classic Fix because they care about their rank. Fuck you. Don't you fucking stack on me, you son of a bitch. Oh, I love it. Blue had diarrhea? No. Blue accidentally realized that he was in the wrong. Ooh, white can kill a bunch right now if they do it right. They go for Australia, though. No, they go for blue? But they miss Madagascar. Okay. White doesn't see Madagascar. Whoops. I want to oops him, but he's not. Like, you can't get to Madagascar, man. I don't want him to take the oopsing as a troll. Hey, don't hit me, man. Don't hit my 6. Don't hit my 6. Don't hit my 6. Don't hit my 6. Well, I can't get there. I get this fucking guy's killed, don't I? I'm rolling a 4v2. I am rolling a 4. That is poetic justice. Fuck you, Blue. Swaglord said, I will say previously I was an expert, pretty decent at the game. I've watched a lot of your videos, picked up a couple of things. Let's go, my friend. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am a 75% roll away from a 3-card kill that is going to put me back in this game. Are we feeling lucky? Of course I slammed into him. He moved into a bonus that I had the bulk of my troops. Of course I slammed into him. I think anyone who is remotely surprised that I slammed into him does not know who they are fucking dealing with. You do not cucaracha the fucking cucaracha. All right. When you say Joker cards, what does that mean? We don't have one right now. So you see how the sets... So the sets are either 3 infantry, make 4, 3 cavalry, make 6, 3 artillery, make 8, or 1 of each, makes 10. If you have a Joker card, there's 2 Jokers in every deck, and the Joker can act as any of the options. Right? It makes whatever set you need it to make. And it in a rare case can make a dude's trade. Yeah, they're wild. That's what I mean by Joker. Yeah. I just want to be clear about the ethics of the situation when I slammed into blue. So, me slamming into blue is very different than me trolling white in the previous game where I kind of baited him into rolling my cap, right? When I bait someone into rolling my cap, that's a dick move, right? We recognize that's a dick move. We don't recommend doing it. In this circumstance, blue is actually the aggressor. Now, blue didn't take the roll because he's cowardly. He was trying to keep me off North America and maybe bully me out of it. And I took the initiative that I had when I had it because I already had the bulk of my troops in it. So whether or not he chooses to move his troops into it after I've already put troops, it's too late. I'm already stuck there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to run with my tail between my legs into Asia? No. I'm going to roll your stack, and then you're going to quit like a bitch. I'm going to do that every time. Because I don't care, and I don't put up with this shit. I've played enough games of Classic Fixed that, you know, we get this pussy ass fucking Mexican standoff bullshit. I'm not fucking doing it. I don't believe in ghosts. I'm sure something of your energy persists, right? Perhaps not in a as ordered of a way as we might think of, you know, a personified ghost that might be speaking to you or whatever, but I'm sure some of your energy persists. Would Sun Tzu have advocated for Australia, or would he have played South America for more efficient troop churn? Sun Tzu! Playing Risk. I bet you Sun Tzu would kick my ass. I can't believe we're still alive. I can't believe we're still alive after all that. This is ridiculous. Pete, I need you to acknowledge my best of the zombies. It took way too long. Yeah. Those zombies were big, man. Those were big zombies. What a comeback. Yes, sir. That's what happens when you get fed a fucking 3-card kill at the right time. Yellow, you must invest in the exterior. Lloyd Sachs. Lloyd Sachs. No. There we go. Good work. Yeah, the 4v2 had to happen. It had to happen. 1 out of 4 times I lose this game because of that roll. That's a lot. 25% of the time. I am getting away with so much. I know. The horseshoe is firmly inserted. What can I say? Ooh, does yellow go for Europe? Huh. How does yellow get his troops into Europe? No. Okay, he's fine to not have it. Who gets it then? See, if I'm black, I take Europe. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out. Someone kills white, right? Yellow might kill white. Ooh, no. Okay. Black goes for it? Nope. Okay, that's a spicy play. That is a spicy play. I'm sorry, yellow. Please don't take anything by that. I'm lining up on. Okay, so here's the Joker, right? See how it's a wild card? It has this. It has one of each of the symbols, so it can either be a infantry, cavalry, or artillery. Okay. Green takes. Yeah. Green takes Europe and then gives Africa. Green's a good player. Green takes Europe, gives Africa to yellow. Right, moves one of these 2s up. Yeah, this is an upgrade. This is an upgrade. Oh, man, yellow needs to play this well. Let's see if they do. Yellow needs to take Africa or take most of Africa or even just step out and, like, plan to take it so he'll be on a +5. Because then it'll be +5, +5, +5, dead, and eventually dead. Yeah, green was encouraging him to do it. Well played, man. Well played. I like this. I like this a lot. Black should remove the exterior of yellow. Yeah, yellow. Okay, so yellow, this tells us immediately that yellow doesn't understand what green offered him. So yellow's just a newer player, right? I don't think there's any sort of... But yellow's going to be on +2 and they could easily be on +5. Custer would sue turn 1. One thing for sure, Pete, you won't make the same mistake Custer made. Captain Iceland, that guy. Where do you put your stack, White? Yeah, right there. I was going to say, White definitely does not stack on me. Is Becky in the stream? She told me I should quit my job earlier. I don't know. So when you see a chance to advance the game state, you take it. And now there are 4. Green like that. Yeah, White was an expensive kill. But I got extra troops. What am I getting? What am I getting extra troops for, if not to use them? I trust green here more than anyone. I think it's obvious that green and I are going to go first and second unless one of these other guys sues into us. Green is probably like encouraging yellow to take Africa. But yellow's kind of nervous because I don't know that yellow's ever played this position before. Yellow should 4th and 20 out. Yeah. Okay. So black showed willingness to knock yellow out of Asia, but now black's strength is kind of like... Black will stay... Oof, it's a fucking 5-card kill for yellow. Not lined up for it, though. Green might be. We could break mid-east. Green could take the yellow kill. Okay. Sure. This is a passivity turn. We take a card. We don't do anything else, really. I'm not guarding against green. I'm guarding against black in Greenland. Yeah. Okay. What's the logic of fortifying troops in? Because I overextended a bit to kill white. So now I'm trying to back off to create a little bit of distance between me and black. So black feels comfortable expanding a bit. He doesn't feel like heavily pressured by me. I want black to choose to not hit me, right? So I want black to be interacting more with, and he already showed aggression to yellow. So I want black to be interacting more with these guys than with me. That's my thinking. So yellow, instead of expanding into Africa, puts a stack in Asia. Huh. Okay. Who do you pick between Rommel and Zhukov, and why? I don't know enough about World War II military. That's not the World War II military history is not a branch of history I've studied enough to give you an answer. But Zhukov won and Rommel lost, right? Didn't Rommel have to fucking commit suicide or something? Like, because he tried to Rommel tried a coup on Hitler, right? and that he got found out and he had to kill himself. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's unlikely I'm gonna boost up any. No, I'm not gonna say historical Nazi is my pick. So, not to say that the Russians were any kinder or gentler, but just can't bring myself to pick Rommel. You probably appreciate that. All right. Okay. Should Yellow just take Africa? Yellow absolutely should have taken Africa 2 turns ago and be stacked here. If Yellow, Green, and myself were all in a Deadliest Trap, Black would lose quickly. Love you too. We're good. You and me, Green. Who is Green? General Cakes. Yeah, it's not necessarily a card block because in fixed card blocking doesn't matter a ton. It's to just lock it. So it's good for Yellow to be on +5. So if Orange is on +5 and Green is on +5, why wouldn't Yellow be on +5? Right? Black is playing the idiot Australia position like an Australia person. There's an open Africa. He's not going for either. Thoughts on Trump? Hania, if you have questions for me, just ask them, man. But like, if you thoughts on this, thoughts on that, it's too broad. Ask me a specific question, and I'll give you an answer. You can't point me in a thoughts. Don't point me in a direction. You got to point me in like a, concise, simple but coherent thought. All right. What are my opinions of Trump's hair? Ooh, boy. Glad I don't have to deal with that. Linville, if a player turtles in Australia but never moves, they become a sovereign nation outside the scope of the game's political economy. I think they, they hang out there forever getting 2 troops a turn. Am I going to run for MP? Am I riding this year? No, I don't want to be involved. I think Canadian politics is probably beneath me. And I think what I'm doing right now has the potential to impact and benefit more people. You guys appreciate that I speak to more or less 50,000 people a day, give or take, right? And obviously not about, mostly about how to get better at a video game, which is, not a big deal. It's not super important. But, yeah, he's going into me, right? Okay. See if Green backs me. He's going to break us both. So me and Green can still team on this guy. Yes, and I'm not saying that to be grandiose. What I'm saying is the fact that I can do this tells me that. Is he just going to sue? Is he just ready to sue? You can, I guess. I'll let you sue me. I don't care. If that's how you win this game, I'll let you. It's not to be grandiose. It's to say that I have done something with the show that is very hard to do. And it's a very rare, I don't know what word to use other than privilege, right? It is a very rare privilege to be able to have a voice that is appreciated by so many people. And I think that it is appreciated in a way that is much more universally positive, right? My message is just one of love, one of unity, right? I really don't like how divisive politics is. I don't like that if you're not on team A, then therefore you have to be on team B. That seems, quasi-religious, and it seems manipulative. And I don't want to manipulate anyone. I want you guys to be free to make up your own minds about everything. Did you watch Chrétien's speech? No, what did he say? Politics is hard because you have to do things, not just talk about things. I hope they do less. And sues me, right? Black should sue me here. No, Black's playing to win. He just doesn't know how. Huh. Okay. I think politicians should do far less. I think they are of very poor quality. They're bad at their jobs, almost as a rule. And that's structural, right? That's part of the design of the system. They are not selected on any sort of bona fide skill in governance. Who eats the black Sioux? Good night, BSK. This one was spicy, bro. You missed a great open. I slammed like a 15 stack on the third turn. And somehow I didn't die. See, this might be a mistake for yellow because I was going to say if yellow breaks, yellow's the one who risks the Sioux. How does he keep getting away with it? It's the horseshoe, baby. It's the horseshoe. I still might eat the Sioux for no good reason. I think Black's just going to get bored and he's going to take someone with him. That's how this game ends. The safest thing I can do is just have most of my troops in a single stack. Hey, Pete, thoughts on thoughts? Good job. Well done. I have lots of thoughts. Oh yeah, that man moved into my bonus. I sent him the only message he needed to hear. He quit immediately. Suicide. I mean, suicide. When I say he's going to sue me, he's going to suicide into me, right? He's going to take all of his troops and he's going to suicide into my stack. I say sue kind of as a shorthand, but also because I'm predicting that at some point, YouTube's strict language policy will become stricter and it'll crack down on that word such that, I don't want to get a video I shoot in 2025 demonetized in 2030 because I use the metaphor of suicide in strategic context. And it just gets misunderstood, right? When stream videos end up on YouTube, do you reshoot the audio video? So I'm recording it separately to the VOD. Sometimes if the recording fucks up, I take it off the VOD, but there is a right now there is a my OBS is not only streaming but also recording separately. As contemporary politics devolves into a hyper-real dialectic where narratives supersede substance, governance is no longer a mechanism of order, but a performative spectacle dictated by the algorithmic determinism of digital consciousness, leaving policy as little more than a vestigial artifact of bygone era when rhetoric had yet to cannibalize reality. Where did you get that quote from? That's a very interesting thought. Try to get green to kill yellow while I kill black. I'd love that. I love that play. Someone hit the thesaurus. Did that sound like ChatGPT? What are the odds yellow helps with the dangerous trap? 0. Yellow's a noob. Yellow's a nice noob. We've worked together. Yellow understood how to get out of each other's way in the open, but he is not. Finally, well played. I was going to say, I want to encourage this. I want you to fort the stack to Middle East. Yeah, green's encouraging it too. Yes, this is what we want you to do. Yes, yes, well played. Okay, okay. He's learning. He is a learning computer. You just said politics is reality TV. It is. I said that earlier in the show. What was the process of learning streaming and recording like in 2021? So I was playing on my phone a lot, and then I played on PC a bit, and then I downloaded OBS Studio the first time, and super basic, no light, no mic, just this what's it called? Just a webcam. You can hear my audio shit, my video shit, my performance is shit. It was really simple to screen cap plus camera, not complicated. And then streaming was harder. Drew helped me with that. I didn't set up my own Twitch stream in the first time. Drew basically walked me through it. I have Drew to thank for a lot in terms of the technical side of the show. I'm not good with any of that really, so. Fortify there, yes. Let's lock him in a pocket. Lock him, see it. Oh, don't back off. Okay, so yellow's really learning slow here. Black's starting to realize that he's stuck. Someone's going to taste it. Oh, he's not even taking cards. He's not even going to take cards anymore. He's just going to accept his fate. Thanks, Pete. You're great with interacting with the chat. I love talking to you guys. There's no what's the point of streaming if I'm not going to talk to you guys? Like, I can do this offline. I probably get a better risk game, but I like talking to you guys. I like you guys. You guys are so interesting. Like, I never felt in my entire life, I never felt like I had community with anybody. I felt like such an absolute alien, weirdo, massive, massive, strange person, right? And for the first time in doing this work, finding my tribe in Risk, right? On Twitch, on YouTube, I really do feel like there are like-minded people. It's the most sophisticated random group. Yes! Because there is a culture of open, inquisitive conversation about ideas without agenda. And you don't get that anywhere. Alien Weirdos Unite. I love you, Maddie. I love you, man. Here's a question. If someone pisses me off and I don't murder them, does that mean I save their lives? Lol. Yeah, you're you are a generous god, huh? Oh, I feel bad for yellow. What's my top 3 history? History what? Looks like that sentence is missing a word. Like historical period or kind picture says, I think your impact on the world is very important. Not even about the game, it's about you, your energy and positivity that helps people. If I've helped you in any way, if I've made your life even the tiniest bit better, that is so important and gratifying to me. You can't imagine, right? Like that is fucking beautiful. I'm trying to understand Yellow's gameplay. He's just new. He's just not very good. So he's playing super cautious. He knows how to take a bonus. He knows how to not upset anyone. True histories, period. Yeah. So, I mean, the idea of the Roman Empire is fascinating. Ancient Egypt would be super cool to visit. I'd love to check out China. I'd love to check out medieval Europe, England, Renaissance Italy, the old. There's so many crazy fucking times and stories, right? Okay. Black says, I can't play, so I'm going to quit. Okay. Me and I now claim 15 territories. Me and Green are going to go first and second this game. But we got to wait for Black to go MIA. How you doing, Mr. J Bomb? Green creeps on trade yellow with a go. It's not processing. I know. I'm sure. I'm sure that's what's happening. How you doing, Tayland? Serious question. Do you think you need risk to have the community you've built? Yeah, I do. I don't think that I figured out how to. I don't know that I figured out how to have a critical mass of people watch the show that would be self-sustaining without the game yet. And I want to. I want to figure out how to talk just without having to have it be the background of the risk game. But as of yet, I haven't solved that puzzle. But it's in the back of my mind. I'm thinking about it. Your presence is comforting for it. Well, that's you know what? Again, any benefit at all, right? If I have been able to add any value to your life, I have a podcast. It is not well enjoyed. It's not. It's enjoyed, but it's not. That critical mass of people that sort of makes it worth my time to do. I would not be here without the Risk YouTube videos. Thank you for this. Thank you, man. If you considered a co-host, Audience is great. Best shows have the back and forth. I want to do something with my best friend. He's actually coming to town this weekend. We're celebrating his birthday. I want to do something with him. He's a guy I very much like and respect. So I just don't necessarily know the form the show will take, but a podcast probably. I just want 10 minutes on the clock to pass, and then me and Green can team on yellow. Co-host means schedule. Thumbs down. I believe in you, Pete. You'll be on Rogan one day. Dude, that'd be so fucking cool. That would be so fucking cool. If I was on Joe Rogan. So one of the questions I've, gotten seldom was, when will you think of yourself as a celebrity? When will you consider yourself or call yourself famous or whatever? And I was like, when I have a Wikipedia article. And one of the conditions for an individual person to have a Wikipedia article is you have to be attested in mainstream news sources. It's neutral bot. Yeah, we need 10 minutes on the clock, and then this guy locks in Lois. He locks in the fourth he deserves. What do you think about High King Brian Boru of Ireland? Never heard of this guy. Tell me about him. Do you think he's the most barbaric leaders, like other than Genghis Khan? He was a high king that brought together the many clans of Ireland. Oh, interesting. Yeah. News sources. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Frankly, I'm not sure. I love the risk gameplay, and if that's all you like, we're chilling. I only ask because I think you could do any game. I want to keep up your convos. I'll try, man. I'll try stuff. Hey, Aries, I missed your question. I'm glad you're here. We have an Aries the Fox question that has not been answered, and I've saved it in the queue. It's from 6 days ago. Are you ready? It's a good one. It's a good one. Hey, Pete, you are Cisco. You just discovered Admiral Layton's plan to orchestrate a secret coup by staging a Dominion attack. Layton offers you absolute power over Starfleet and Earth to do whatever needs to be done. When the threat is ended, you can relinquish power. Do you accept? If not, what kind of threat would persuade you to acquire power through nefarious means? Tough question for me. I don't personally seek power. So the idea of you have power and you get to do whatever you want with it doesn't actually appeal to me all that much. I feel like I'm empowered. I live a life that I want to live. I'm as free as I can be given the circumstances, right? But the other part of it is I'm still like fairly self-motivated to the point where I don't know that I'm all that interested in being the word altruistic. And I also don't know that I'm smart enough or competent enough to be a savior. So when the question is put before me, it's like, Pete, do you pull the lever? This is just a very tricky version of the trolley problem, right? Pete, do you pull the lever? You know? Do you pull the lever to save all of humanity? Do you take that power? And I go, it really depends on the circumstances, right? It really depends on what's being offered. It's a tough question, man. Would I want to rule Starfleet with an iron fist? Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of Starfleet? Isn't Starfleet all about working together, cooperation, you know, all that good stuff? I'd pull the lever to save my loved ones. Yeah, me too. Realistically, you know, if it came down to it, I don't think I would blink. Did Janeway make the right decision with Tuvix? Oh, that's such a tough one too. That's such a tough one too, because like she did destroy one life to save two previous ones. You don't have to rule with an iron fist. You deal with the Dominion threat, and then like Cincinnatus, you return the plow. If I'm the right man for the job, Aries, right, I can be in service. If there's truly no one else who could do it better than me, didn't SMG update the inactivity timer to 3 minutes instead of 10? Yeah, in the next update. All right, yellow is starting to instigate. Yellow's playing for third. Yeah, it's still water. I'm just drinking a big ass fucking mug of water. This game's all coming to a head now. I hope we can pull out the dubs. Okay. How many troops are you willing to throw into him? Let's see if Green's a good dude. All right. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm so stupid. This is why you need the confirm. All right, fine. Well, we misclicked. That wasn't what I meant to do. I meant to put half my. I meant to kill half his stack, and then green kills the other half. Yeah, let's see. Green's gonna give me another turn to do it. I think green is quite good. He's gonna give me another turn to do it. Oh, he's not gonna lead because the turn order isn't favorable. I know I could beat yellow in a 1v1. He's splitting off half, but he's not actually going to send it. No, he's not splitting off half. Okay, he needs me to take the initiative. That's fine. I will. I respect Green's play the whole game. I feel like he's listening to me though, so this might be in violation of SMG's collusion, but I don't ask anyone to join my game. So if someone has, you really can't put that one on me. All right, well, here we go. Very good play by Green. I gotta say, man. I hope you're not listening to me, frankly, because if this is a true game, if this is an honest game of Risk, man, you played fucking fantastically. Good game, guys. How the fuck did I win this game? What a fun stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. Thank you so much. Well played, buddy. Well played. Went from having like zero chance to, hey, man, happens that way. Happens that way. Defeating. This guy's got to be a GM, right? GM or Smurf account? Smurf account? Okay. Way better than expert, man. Well played, General Cakes. Defeating 2 novices, 1 beginner, and 2 experts. Blue didn't know. He didn't know. It was just like, I guess I'll put my stack in North America. All right, man. Well, here we are. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even a little bit educational and informative. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to the channels and come along the ride with me. I have a daily show on YouTube. I do weekday streams on Twitch for all of you on the path to world domination. Good games and good luck.